Hi, I'm Jonathan Ashoff, Senior Biotechnology Analyst at Breen Murray, and we're here interviewing Jeff Davis of Access Pharmaceuticals. Jeff, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Jonathan.
So basically, Jeff, to start things off, as an overview I'd like to know how you intend to make money actually addressing what are clearly large markets.
Sure. Access is a small oncology-focused biotechnology company down in Dallas. I think we differentiate ourselves from other small biotechs at this point in time due to the fact that our first product, MuGuard, is actually FDA approved. It's approved in Europe. It is in the process of a global commercial launch. And so we should actually start generating royalties from sales in Europe starting in the third quarter of this year and going forth. And then we have a launch that we hope to kick off in North America around the end of the year, as well as Far Eastern launches.
So a little more on MuGuard. Could you describe its efficacy versus peer products, why that should support a robust launch?
Well, first, MuGuard treats a condition called oral mucositis, which is a very debilitating side effect of chemo and radiation. There hasn't been a lot out there that has been very efficacious and therefore is not very widely used. It's being launched currently in Europe. The way they're doing that is through what they call a market assessment study. They're basically seeding key opinion leaders. They're giving them MuGuard in return for having them assess the patients and give us a lot of feedback on how the product is doing. We intend to replicate that also in North America.
And prophylactically, is that how you intend to position this product?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we think the key thing is just like a clinician will think about emesis or vomiting and write you an antiemetic before your chemo or radiation would begin, we want them to think the same way about oral mucositis, which hasn't been done in the past because there hasn't been good treatment options.
So clinically, when used prophylactically, beats when you're using it after
Absolutely.
treatment. Okay. On the second product, Prolindac, if you assume picoplatin approval, a drug under development by Poniard, to what extent would that ever obviate the need for your drug?
Right now, Prolindac and picoplatin, I believe, are the only two new platinums currently in development. Everyone is looking to sort of knock off Sanofi Aventis' aloxatin, which is the only branded platinum. We're taking a little bit of a different approach in our upcoming pivotal trials. We're going to go after hepatocellular carcinoma, which is a form of liver cancer, as well as pancreatic cancer, and then also doing an additional trial in recurrent ovarian. So we're going after indications where Sanofi's aloxatin has been shown to be very effective.
How do U.S. partnerships look?
We finished a recurrent ovarian trial. It was a monotherapy trial, dose escalating trial, but we were very happy with the results. In conversations with potential partners, they're looking also to see how it works in combination. Discussions with potential partners could potentially heat up as we get the combination data.
On the third drug, thiarabine, is the largest part of the appeal of this drug its rapid pace to market?
Well, I think it potentially can get to market quite quickly. Thiarabine is in a class called nucleoside analogs, where fludarabine and cladribine and clofarabine were approved. Clofarabine, in fact, in the United States was approved on a single phase 2 trial with 44 patients. So it got to market with a very small development, or short and inexpensive development pathway. A very high percentage of leukemia and lymphoma patients actually do recur, on the order of 65%. And clinicians are looking for additional treatment options. So I think there's room for another nucleoside analog.
In the remaining time, would you like to say anything about things like Angiolix or anything even behind that?
Sure. Angiolix is a monoclonal antibody that we have in development. It's preclinical, but we think it's an interesting asset. We've also announced a lot on our vitamin B12, oral insulin, and oral human growth hormone programs. We actually use the body's own way of absorbing vitamin B12 to basically trick it into absorbing molecules that are too large to get through the digestive tract normally. So it's an asset that's not necessarily an oncology asset, although we can make injectable oncology drugs orally bioavailable as well. But it's something that not a lot of people who look at Access know that we have that asset.
Again, this is Jeff Davis, the CEO of Access Pharmaceuticals. Thanks, Jeff, for coming in.
Thanks for having me.